Making money takes a lot of effort. And then on the other hand, when it comes to spending it, it can be way less hard, which means it takes a long time to get here, but really fast to go out the door. This is why the resource that we're sharing with you today is going to be the tool. It's called the budget. And it will give you yellow light, green light, red light to give you guidance on where you're going and what recommendations there are for you to spend more, spend less in. Ask around. Remember, this is a learning time. Now let's walk through the tool. So we're going to start with household items. I know this exercise will be helpful, so I would still really like for you to sit down and get this done. So you might not have a rent or a mortgage, but there will be pieces in here that you can account for, or ask your parents, how much is it? What does that run? So that's everything that's household. Now let's move to transportation. In transportation, do you have a car? Do you pay the car insurance? Does someone help you with that? Regardless of who's paying it, account for it. Is there a car payment? Or are you doing public transportation? Is that your route? There, you have to think of monthly passes. And in some cases, if you're running late, now that it's become so accessible to us, what do we do on our phone? Call that Uber or the Lyft, and we get that ride that we need. What we don't realize is we're not accounting for that in our budget. And that is very important to monitor and control those pieces. Let's move on to the next area, which is health. This is a very expensive item on our budget, and starting 2026, there have been significant changes to the law. So this is something that I want you to dedicate a lot of attention to, not just in the budget, but understanding and comparing costs of what health plan is best for you, how you're controlling it, what you're doing with it. And typically, if you sign up for health benefits with your employer, you also have options, if it's a high deductible plan, to have an HSA. So these are all tools that are given to you as benefits from your employer that you need to look into. The next item on the budget is debt and loans. These typically get placed on the back burner because we don't want to look at them. Nobody likes looking at debt. We like to say, we'll get to it when we get to it. It was a necessary evil, we took it, and we're using it. Not all debt is bad debt. That is something that I want to make very clear. When done correctly and strategically, it can truly benefit you. But what it takes is control. You have to make sure you have a plan in place to make sure that you're paying down this debt. That this loan that you took, maybe it was for a venture, in a restaurant, in opening a new business, whatever it is, it was needed to get to where you are today. Great, fabulous. But let's make sure you have that plan in place to control that. Then we have daily living. Here is the spot where many people try to criticize and maybe even shame on the whole don't get the Starbucks coffee. Make it at home. So true. But remember, we've talked about this time and time again, that there's financial, emotional, and intellectual wealth that you have to acquire during these seasons. So as long as you have it in your budget and you really enjoy that Starbucks coffee, have it, because it's building your emotional wealth. But it needs to be in your budget. Eating out brings you joy? Perfect, do it. But have it in your budget. Those are the pieces that are really important to achieving that success. Lastly, on our tool is entertainment and charity. This is more around what is important to you after you've kind of met your needs. But you have to remember that everyone's priorities in life are different. So what is truly important to you? Where do you want to dedicate more time? So if faith is very important and you want that to be at the top of your list, that's fine. You can move these kind of buckets that we've created on this tool for you and put them wherever you'd like. As long as you're able to balance off your income and your expenses, then you're fine. So that is the most important piece that I want everyone to reflect on today is everyone's different. So make sure that you are checking yourself when taking time to build this budget.